Hey, it's Andrew with CarCam Central. The $60 Viofo G1W-S is the cheapest camera we can recommend for drivers in warm conditions. This replaces our former recommendations, the A118C and A118C2. So let's get into the details. Viofo's G1W-S was launched in February 2017, and we got excited as we previously pulled the recommendation for all G1Ws. Before Viofo, the G1W was assembled by a number of nameless factories who competed on price and drove down quality. Viofo decided to make their own version with their branding, upgraded the hardware and quality control. We think Viofo is the best budget dashcam manufacturer right now. Before jumping into the G1W's details, I want to quickly explain how it compares against our other budget recommendations so you can make a better purchasing decision. At the $60 range, if the G1W-S is our recommendation for warmer temperatures, the $50 Yi dashcam is our pick for cooler climates like the United Kingdom. It has better video quality, adds Wi-Fi to transfer saved videos to your smartphone, and the reliability has been great since launching in February 2016. Most importantly, Yi tells you when your SD card has failed, unlike Viofo's G1W-S, which can trick you into thinking it's recording. The Yi's issue is that in warmer weather, the video becomes blurry, and it uses lithium-ion batteries, which are more likely to fail in warmer weather. Also, its silvery metal finish is quite noticeable to pedestrians. The final $60 alternative is the Viofo A118C2 if you need a stealthier camera. Its wedge shape looks nothing like a camera. However, for everything else, it's worse than our other two picks. We also looked at a number of other popular cameras, but they don't have the proven reliability or performance of our three cameras. While you can spend less than $50, we haven't found a model which we felt comfortable recommending. If you have the money, moving up to our $100 picks is a big improvement as they eliminate the major weaknesses in our $60 cameras. For example, the Viofo A119 V2 has both capacitors for heat resistance and proper warning notifications when your SD card fails. We've recommended Viofo a lot, but after testing comparable products from Anker, Oki, Thinkware, and more, they fell short of Viofo's products in their price range and category. This is not an ad, and we've never taken money for reviews. We do want to be upfront that we received the Viofo A119 for free about a year ago. But since the beginning of 2017, we purchased all our test cameras at full retail value, including the Viofo G1W-S. Now that you know the dashcam landscape, let's come back to the G1W-S so we can explain why it's our $60 warm weather pick. When you first get the camera, it comes in the old style cardboard box. It's not as nice as Viofo's newer packaging, but it gets the job done. The accessories are neatly packaged and everything you need is included, except a micro SD card. Viofo also added two extra mounts, an adhesive and rearview mirror designs, in addition to the usual suction mount. Looking at the camera, it's fairly wide with a matte black brushed metal and plastic texture and no shiny elements which can be found in some of the more common G1W designs. Viofo looks the same on the outside as the G1W CB, except it adds the Viofo logo to the corner for branding. On the inside, Viofo made a number of big improvements. The lens is now glass instead of plastic, which means it doesn't warp under hot weather. The aperture is a larger f1.6, letting in more light. The sensor is the Sony IMX323, which means better low light performance. The G1W-S can take an external GPS, but I wouldn't spend the money unless you need it. Viofo also manufactures their own circuit boards to maintain quality. Other companies can source from factories with lower standards to compete on price. Looking from the outside, the camera is fairly stealthy. Its black color blends in well. Not as good as the A118C2, but much better than the Yi's reflective silvery paint. Flipping to the back of the camera, there's a 2.7-inch LCD screen, which is used to play back videos and change settings with buttons on the side to navigate through the menu. The G1W feels cheap. While the brushed metal finish looks nice, the body feels flimsy and flexes easily. If you twist the mount, it pops the case open. It could be better, but considering its older design and price, the quality is okay. To install the camera, it's simple. No tools are required. Viofo improved the suction mount compared to the original. You can tilt the camera further, which allows you to see more of the road. I'd recommend the adhesive or rear view mirror mounts instead. The adhesive mount uses black 3M VHB tape, which will firmly adhere to your windshield and remove cleanly without residue. Viofo did not include an extra adhesive pad, but you can reuse the mount once or twice if you're careful removing it. The rear view mirror mount clamps onto your windshield's arm. I found it easy to install, and its windshield freeze solution may appeal to some users. The power adapter is a longer 11-foot length, which means you can use this camera in larger commercial vehicles. Pop in a microSD card. We recommend the Transcend or SanDisk High Endurance cards, and you're done. After installation, the G1W can be used right away, but you may want to consider customizing settings like the time and date. The navigation system isn't completely intuitive, but is otherwise easy to use with plainly described options. You can also play back saved videos on the LCD screen. Once setup was complete, we looked at how easy it is to use day to day. As with all dash cameras, it does two things. One, it turns on and starts recording when it receives power. Second, it overwrites the oldest files on a loop so you never run out of space. Our major issue is the poor error notifications on the G1W-S with failed microSD cards. It could only detect one of our failed cards, and it doesn't say the actual problem. For the other cards, it either dissolves to static or the camera appears to be recording when in fact nothing is happening. I am disappointed that testing my older G1W-C that it could detect all 4 of my failed cards. Unfortunately, it's hard to know who produced this G1W-C, so it's difficult to recommend. I think this is the biggest problem with Viofo's cameras, as all SD cards fail over time. Unfortunately, I haven't found an alternative, and for me, it's a good reason to upgrade to our $100 recommendations or choose the $50 Yi if you live somewhere cooler. The G1W does start in slightly under 5 seconds, which is quite fast. You won't have to wait on your camera before leaving. Looking at the video quality, we found it quite good. The camera records at 1080p, 30 frames a second, and most people will be happy with the day and night performance. The G1W-S officially supports up to 64GB cards, which gives you 8 hours of recording time. During daylight, the recorded video is sharp, and you can see fast-moving details like license plates. The dynamic range is quite good, so you won't have dark shadows obscuring any objects, as can happen with cheaper cameras. At night, it has great low-light clarity, which is what the Sony Exmor sensors are praised for. Compared to our former recommendation, the $60 A118C2, we found Viofo's G1W-S to be better at night. The A118C2 uses the older Aptina sensor and a smaller aperture lens. We heated the G1W-S to 59 degrees Celsius to check its focus under hotter weather. We found it only lost a slight amount of sharpness, which is great. This is better than many cameras like the Yi. We also tested the audio quality, and we found our unit to be overly quiet. When we raised the volume, there was a lot of static, but oral comprehension was okay. We looked at other G1W-S clips online, and we found their audio to be much better. We think this is an isolated issue with our camera, as we haven't seen any other complaints online. The G1W-S provides good video quality for the price, and moving forward, we won't recommend any new cameras that look worse. There is a 1-year warranty, which is usually handled by your retailer. Note that if you buy from Amazon, your item from some sellers might come from the United States, but the seller is located in China. We'll add links and notes about retailers we like in the description. So that's our video guide on the Viofo G1W-S. Hope you liked it. If we missed anything, ask your questions below in the comments, and I, or a member of the team, will get back to you. We'll put updates to this video and links to our in-depth article where you can download raw video and audio in the description below. We'll also link to our article where we talk about cameras we didn't like. And with that, that's the end of this review. Subscribe for more. We'll have a budget dual channel review coming soon. Thanks for watching.